You know, sometimes I wonder what exactly is going on. But me being the age that I am, I've started to figure it out. It's actually nothing we can do about what's going on. This has been going on for decades. And what I'm talking about is the Nick Bosa, Hmm. the Nick Bosa action that he took by crashing Brock Purdy's interview and showing the MAGA hat. Now, a lot of people have talked about this, and I'm noticing that it's dying down in the NFL. It's dying down. I just seen an article a few minutes ago, NBC article, basically saying that the NFL is looking into finding him there. He's under investigation. What the hell are you investigating? You know he broke the uniform code. I mean, I don't understand how, let me stop. Man, I do understand. I understand quite well what's going on. Um, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. I don't really get off into stuff like this, but I have to. I have to because I like talking about the sport of football. But this is a big deal and it sticks right here with me. It sticks in the heart. It doesn't leave me alone. So that means I have to talk about it. And I'm gonna tell you something. This is this is this is offensive to me. Now, let's get something straight for all of you pundits out there that will be looking at this video thinking I give a rat's ass about Trump or his Trump supporters or who you voting for. I don't give a damn. I don't care. I stopped caring about that years ago. What I do care about is a player in the NFL who does something like that. And even if he's punished, guys, I mean, it's going to be a fine. How much disrespect did he show to the 49ers? How much disrespect did he show to the 49ers? How much disrespect did he show to some of the 49er fans? How much disrespect did he show to some of the NFL fans? I mean, I'm sorry, the NFL players. I mean, the amount of disrespect is huge. It's just a big deal for me. And I can't seem to shake it, guys. I can't seem to get it off my mind. Because I really would be like to talk about the Green Bay uh, Detroit Lions game, but I can't. I have to do this. So allow me to do this for those who are watching, who will watch. Allow me to do this for a second. How is it that a player decides to stick up for police brutality? That's in Colin Kaepernick. He kneels for the national anthem and is politicized. There was comments made that he should be fired, that players like this are just son of a bitches and people should fire him and all that. That's crazy to me. You do understand that police brutality exists. For those of you who don't believe that it exists, believe me, it exists. It exists. I'm not terrified of cops, but I am terrified of cops with guns that pull me over, regardless of racial profiling or whatever it may be. But I'm afraid of that because I know that one day that may be me who's being brutalized, or my son, or somebody who's close to me, or a family member because of a traffic violation, or anything that they can think of. There's way too many videos on YouTube and all other social media platforms that show this. So Colin Kaepernick took a stand. He took a stand. He kneeled down for the national anthem because the national anthem obviously does not apply to everybody. It just applies to whoever you deem to be important. And sometimes my skin color and other people's skin colors is not important. It's just not important. So beat the hell out of them, shoot them, kill them. What difference does it make? They're not a human anyway. Man, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. But what I do appreciate about Colin Kaepernick, for the record, Colin Kaepernick was an okay quarterback to me. Some say he was a great quarterback. I say he was an okay quarterback. I enjoy watching him play when he played, but it's not somebody that's going to hang behind me because he just wasn't my type of quarterback. I didn't really see the. I'm not saying that he wasn't good. I didn't see the elite part of what people are talking about. I believe Colin Kaepernick had a point in time in the NFL where it was just his time. Even though it was short lived, it was just his time. I don't believe it's somebody that's going to just rewrite the record books or anything like that. But man, what he did was one of the most respected things I ever seen. And for those of you who don't understand, and you won't understand unless you with this skin color, you don't understand. You think you do, but you don't. I would suggest that you become one of us, and then you can see exactly what we're talking about. Become somebody who's black or brown, and then you can see what we're talking about. And I don't want to hear anything about, oh, that's just a few of them. Man, this is widespread. These people exist and they wear badges. Do I despise the law? Do I despise law enforcement? No, but let me tell you a story. This is what happened to me. Now you're talking about police brutality. But this is what happened to me. I wasn't brutalized or anything, but y'all hear this story. You gotta love this. You're gonna love this story. So one day I'm doing something with my car. I don't drive a fast car, I drive a Lexus, and it's an older Lexus. And I got my trunk up and I got my doors open, and I'm moving some stuff out of my car into the house and some stuff out of my house into the car because I'm getting ready to go make a delivery. And the next thing you know, I hear a knock on the door. I live in an okay neighborhood. It's a mixed neighborhood. It has black people in it, it has white people in it. It's a nice neighborhood. We're not rich, so it's not a rich neighborhood. It's nothing like that. It's just hardworking people. And I get a knock at the door. And I don't expect anybody, so I'm like looking at my wife like, you expecting anybody? No, I'm not expecting anybody. I open the door. It's the police. And the police looks at me and he says, I see your car out there. I see you got your trunk open and your doors open. I got a 911 call from this address. 911? What? Somebody called the police from this address. My wife and I are looking like, what? The only people here are me, my wife, and my daughter's in the room, and my son is in the back room. He's 9 years old, so he didn't call 911. And he's with his therapist, and we asked his therapist, hey, did you call 911? No, I didn't call 911. So everybody's standing in the front looking at the police officer saying, what are you talking about? And he says to me, well, if you don't mind, I like to come in and take a look around, make sure everything's okay. No problem, man. Come on in. You can take a look around. Now I already feel violated, but I have no other option other than to let this man violate my rights and come in the house. This just happened this year. And he comes in the house and he looks around and I make a joke with him and say, hey, look, my wife and daughter normally beats me up from time to time, but there wasn't a day. I'm sure I didn't call 911. So I asked the officer, now that you see everything is okay. Well, what I seen was that, your trunk's open, your doors are open. I thought, maybe you was in distress. So I said, no, I'm not in distress. And we walked back outside after he looked in my house. And I say, you don't mind me telling you, I mean, mind me asking you, what number dialed that 911? Well, hold on for a second, and I'll tell you. When he comes back with a number that doesn't fit anybody's number that is in this house, and I say, that's strange. How in the world did you get a 911 call from this address? And why are you so calm about getting it distressing? Oh, no problem, man. Don't worry about it. I was just doing my job, just checking things out, checking things out. 911 call that didn't exist. You're checking things out. So I wrote it off as a mistake. No big deal, right? Then one day, and my wife doesn't even know anything about this, but one day I'm leaving the house, same time of the morning, and I see this same police officer sitting out in his vehicle about maybe 6, 7 houses away from mine, just sitting there. So what do? I say, okay, maybe it's neighborhood watch. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt, right? Until about a week later, after that, I see him doing the exact same thing to another black family. So I stopped and I said, look, I talked to the guy that was at the house and I was like, look, man, what's going on? You all right? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I'm trying to fire his officer. Somebody got a 911 phone call. So the point I'm trying to make is what was he doing? What was he doing? This kind of thing goes on all the time. And that's why you don't understand. That's harassment. You're trying to find something that's not there in this neighborhood anyway. But that's harassment. It's just being done in a very nice, indirect way. That's the kind of stuff that we have to go through. So when Colin Kaepernick kneeled down to tell y'all that police brutality do exist, it exists. It freaking exists. And that's why I had to do this video. I hope a lot of people see it. But if they don't, it helps me with therapy. I have to get this off my chest. Now, Nick Bosa, on the other hand, a lot of respect for Nick Bosa's game. Nick Bosa is probably one of the best defensive end in football right now. His brother Joey Bosa is a pretty good one too. Those guys know how to rush the quarterback. They get tired too fast, but they still know how to rush the quarterback. I can't take that away from them. But Nick Bosa in particular, you guys just go back and look at some of the things that he's posted, some of the things that he said, and you ask yourself, how would you feel about him in your locker room? I mean, this is what I wish. I wish this with all my heart. But before I tell y'all what I wish, let me tell y'all about a good friend that I have. Now he's old now, and he's last time I heard he's pretty sick. Um, I worked with him years and years ago. I was a young man, and I was in my 20s. And one day he pulled me in his office, and I was at that time I was a struggling, well, young, struggling car salesman. Um, and I didn't know what I was doing. And this guy was an expert. This guy was the man. I mean, really, he was the man. He went on to have big things in the industry, and he went on out of the industry and did big things out of it. He just knew what he was doing. But what I liked about him was he was honest. So he pulled me in his office one day and he said, "You know what, young man, you don't know what the hell you're doing. And it seems like that you really want to learn how to do this. So I'm going to give you a tip." And he gives me the tip. And I said, I didn't know what it is, because this is the first time he ever said anything to me. So I was like, thank you. I really appreciate that. And so I started talking to him, just holding the conversation, just, just small talk. And he looks at me and he stops. And he does like this. He sits his shoulders back and he said, "Come closer to me, young man. Come closer to me." And he looks me straight in the eyes and he says, "Let me tell you something, you little monkey. I don't like you and I don't like your kind." He said, "I can't stand nothing about y'all." And I said, "Are you telling me you don't like black people? I can't stand you. Nothing about you. Your culture, where you from, can't stand you." And I looked at him and I said, "I heard that about you, but I didn't believe it." "Oh, it's true. I can't stand you." I don't want to have nothing to do with black people. Wow. Well, thank you for that. Him and I, from that point forward, became really good friends. And I remember him telling me, I would never invite you to dinner to my house. I don't want you around my family, but I do enjoy talking to you. He said, you listen. Not only did he helped me to further my career. The point I'm trying to make is I wish some of these racist people was just honest about it. Don't be freaking cowards. And Joy Bosa is a coward. I'm saying it out there and I'm putting this out there so everybody can see what I think. You're a coward. If you're gonna wear the MAGA hat, be proud of the MAGA hat. Don't worry about your image because you probably ain't never getting another commercial again. If you had any from the beginning. No endorsements for you. Don't be a coward. You wear a MAGA hat on the field and you point at it, go to your damn press conference and put that MAGA hat on. Be proud of who you are. I have no problem with people believing what they want to believe, voting for who they want to vote for. I ain't here to talk about all that. I have a problem with you being a coward. Stand by who you are. Stand by what you said. Stand by you pointing at that hat. Don't run away from questions. Be proud of who you are. I have a problem with cowards. I have a problem with that. And when you go back in that locker room to face your teammates, there's a lot of teammates on your team, I swear to God, they are arguing with you back and forth about some of the things that you believe and some of the things that you say. And I guarantee you, they play with you, they play for you, but they don't want to be your friend. And they also believe you're a coward. That's what I have a problem. I don't have a problem with anything else. I just for the record, I don't have a problem for who you voted for. I don't have a problem with you being a racist. I don't have a problem with you being the person that you are. However you want to be, man, be it. But don't be a pussy. Don't be a punk. Just stand for who you are. Don't try to hide it. And why am I talking about this? Because I truly believe if you have a problem with our culture, and Nick Bosa does, if you have a problem with our culture, be fucking honest. To be honest about it, people will respect you more. Don't try to hide it. Don't try to be indirect with it. Be honest about it. The reason why you can't be honest about it is because if you do, nobody will play with you. And no team would actually pay you, no matter how good you are. You'll be banned, just like Colin Kaepernick did. Well, I mean, Colin Kaepernick he was banned. He was banned for standing up for something that he believed in. And it affected one of the NFL policies. But you know what? You're going to get off. You're going to get a fine. That's what they're going to do. They're going to fine you. They probably won't even make you miss any games. And it's going to be swept under the rug. And that's not fair. That's just not fair. The real punishment for you is to be suspended, maybe indefinitely. You broke a policy in the NFL that a lot of people don't understand. You did it, and you did it in wide open view on national TV. And that's not right, guys. That's not right. Listen, this is the last type of video. I'm never doing a video like this again. I just couldn't stand the fact that this exists. I mean, your political views have no place in football. Politics has no place in football. It serves no purpose. It's a game. It's a game. A game that I love. Listen, guys, there's a lot of things been going on with me as far as the show go. Um, It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and I'm really getting together. And I want to thank all my supporters. I want to thank all the people who have subscribed, all the people who have followed me, all the people who listen to my videos. I really appreciate it. And you see it across the screen. Subscribe to LTS at LTS Rich Co at YouTube. You can find me on Facebook with Let's Talk Sports. Um, all of the things that you need to follow me, just check me out because I'm not going anywhere and I'm gonna get this show together. And I'm sorry that you guys had to listen to me talk about this because it's not something I want to talk about. We'll be on next week talking about football. Um, and I also want to say, everybody, get out there and vote, man. Just go out there and exercise your right to vote. It's way too many people not voting. And I kind of understand why, but there's way too many people that's not voting, and we earn that right. Matter of fact, I need to get up on my voting game. However, I've already voted, but I should be voting a lot more. But anyway, the last video we'll make about this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please put your comments in the comment section so I can reply back to you whether you like it or not. Um, share the video if you choose to share it. But other than that, man, you guys have a great weekend. This is Richard Cole with Let's Talk Sports. Peace.